Hello, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Very good. How's the weather today?
Today is very hot.
Okay, so you're going into summer.
Yes.
Are you happy about that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. I'm just telling Mrs. Ha quickly that I can see you. Okay.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Nhu. How are you today?
I'm very good. How about you?
I'm very good. Okay, let's go to our book. Can you tell me when you see... Can you see the paper?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to start with Unit 1, starting somewhere new. Okay. So I think that means starting when you finish school, you're going to start with a job, or you go to university, or okay, something new, something that you have never done before. Okay, so let's look over here. We're going to match the reasons for studying in a different country with the photos. Okay. I have to make it small so we can see all the photos. Okay. So, Van Aan, number 1, to get internationally recognized qualification. Okay, qualification means you've gone to university. Which picture do you think is a university?
I think it's two. Picture 2.
Yes, very good. Okay. Sorry, let me get my pen quickly. Okay, so let's write A, picture 2. Nhu, what do you think about B? To learn a foreign language. Okay, so we need people learning.
I think it's number 1.
Yes, okay, very good. You can see they're all learning there. Van Aan, C. To
I
experience
think
living.
it's
Yes.
I think it's picture 4.
Okay, very good. And the last one, Nhu. To make friends with people from other countries. Okay. These are all different reasons for studying in a different country. Okay, so Van Aan, if you had to study in a different country, which one would be most important for you?
My important country is Vietnam.
Okay, let's look over here. So we've got 4 different reasons here. Which one would be most important if you had to go to a country?
To experience living in a different culture.
Different culture.
Culture.
Culture. Okay, so that one would be most important for you. Okay, what about you, Nhu?
I think it's to get internationally recognized qualifications.
Okay, very good. Okay, so now, Van Aan, can you tell me why? Why is experience living in a different culture most important to you?
Because when I go to different country, I to different places, I can make a lot of things. So I should I should
You
I
can
should
learn.
experience.
Yes.
I should experience living in a different culture and learn anything
You can learn a lot of things. Okay.
to live alone.
Okay. And can you tell me what is things that you can learn in a different culture? What are different things?
Is to learn a foreign language.
Yes, okay. And then there's also things like what they eat and what they wear, what clothes they wear.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got the language. Also, sometimes they just do different things. Okay, maybe they sleep in the day, where in other countries you don't sleep in the day, you only sleep at night. Okay, good. Nhu, can you tell me why getting internationally recognized qualification is the most important for you?
Because I think it's easy to find suitable job.
Yeah, okay. And if you internationally recognized, that means that you can get a job anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll get a higher salary if you go to university in a different country?
Yes.
Okay. And what about different languages? Okay, you can learn to speak different languages. You can get a good job with a good salary.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's see. What other reasons do people have for studying abroad? Okay, Van An, can you think of something different that's not here? Why else would you want to go overseas or study somewhere else?
Because can you talk again the question?
Okay, what other reasons do people have for studying abroad? So more reasons than this. Why do you think people want to go study abroad?
I think
Maybe they want to learn to live alone.
I think the most important is learn how to living alone and learn for a language and learn how to the people, their wear and lifestyle and
Yes.
the time in it in this
Okay.
country.
Yes, different things and different times, different thing. Okay. Nhu, can you think of something more?
I think they go to work and they want to live alone.
Yes, you want to learn to live alone and be independent.
Yes. And
Okay.
and go to work.
Yes, okay. Very good. Go to work when you finish studying. Yeah, very nice. Okay. Okay, let's look over here. Okay, we don't have the listening, but we can just read over here. We have the International Social Club. Okay. Van Aan, you can read what the International Social Club is.
Meet people from around the world at the International Soccer Club. We organize
Social, yes.
social club. We organized event for people from different countries to meet and share ideas and experiences. If you want to widen your horizons, widen your horizons by meeting people of different nationality in a social atmosphere, click here to join.
Okay, let's look at these words. Do you understand? Okay, international social club. Okay, tell me what words you don't understand. Sorry. Okay. If you don't understand any words, I will translate for you. Nhu, do you understand? You want me to translate some words for you?
No, teacher, I understand.
Yeah, okay. And Van Aan, do you understand?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Let's look at these questions. Nhu, you can go first now. What is an international social club? What do they do? What is it?
What is well, they organize events for people from different countries to meet and share ideas and experience.
Yes, okay, very good. Okay, and Van Aan, would you like to become a member of a social club? Why not?
Yes, I would like to enjoy being a member because I can meet a lot of people of different country and share a lot of ideas and experiences for there, and I can
Okay. Yes, you can make new friends.
yes, I can become a lot of new friends with a lot of different with a lot of people, different countries.
Yay, okay. What about you, Nhu? Would you like to do it? Would you like to become part of a yes?
Yes, because I want to widen I want to widen horizons by meeting people of different nationality in a social atmosphere.
Okay, okay. But tell me more about yourself. Why would you like it?
Because I can study about another culture in another countries.
Yes, you can learn a lot about other countries. Okay, and you can make new friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we don't have the listening, so let's go past the listening. Let's look at the reading. Okay. Work in small groups. Look at the list of things people do when they live or study in a different country. Which do you think are quite easy and which are more difficult? Okay. Let's look at number 1. Van Aan, eating different food. Do you think that's easy or difficult?
I think it's difficult because a lot of people uh uh
That-
unsuitable for, with the different food, so they can eat different food.
They don't like it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. New. Let's look at number 2. Understanding people. Okay, so understanding what they are saying. Do you think that's easy or difficult?
I think if you know this language, you can easy to understanding people. But if you don't know that language, it's difficult to understanding people.
Yes. Okay, very good. Van Aan, what about getting to know local people? Do you think that will be easy or difficult?
I think it's difficult for some people because they have to learn because you have to learn their language and um,
And
mm,
they already have a lot of friends.
yes.
Okay. Okay. New, using public transport. Do you think that's easy or difficult?
I think it's difficult because um, when you go to other countries, you don't know how to using public transport, so it is very difficult.
And there's lots of different types of transport.
Yeah.
Okay. Van Aan, missing family and friends.
Uh, I um, I I think it's easy because if you go for a long time, you will miss your family and your friend because um uh you live in uh at at this place is a long time. So when you go to a different country or go to a far place, you can easy to miss your family and friends.
Yes, good. Okay. Good. New, what about obtaining the correct papers? Okay, let me explain this to you. If you go to another country, you have to have a lot of different papers. Okay, some people need to get a visa, or some people have to have a certain score for their studies to go to a different country. Okay, you can't just walk into any country. You have to have a lot of papers. Do you think that's easy or difficult?
I think it's difficult because
Okay,
waste it's waste of time, and it's difficult to have a visa.
to be approved.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, it's not always easy. Okay, good. Well done. Now let's look over here. We're going to read a passage about culture shock. Read the title of the passage and the subheading in italics. What do you think culture shock is? Okay, let's discuss this. Okay, Australian culture and culture shock. Does anyone know what is culture shock? Okay, let me translate it. Okay, it's when you get scared or you are not happy because you're in a different culture. Okay, does it make sense? You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Australian culture. So Australian is a country, Australia. So we're talking about Australian culture and culture shock. Okay, we've lost Van An, but you can start reading for me, Nhu. You can read up to there.
Yeah. Sometimes work, study, or sense of adventure take us out of our familiar surroundings to go and live in a different culture. The experience can be difficult, even shocking. Almost everyone who studies, lives, or works abroad has problem adjusting to new culture. This response is commonly referred to as culture shock. Culture shock can be defined as the physical and emotional discomfort to a person experience when entering a culture different from
From their own.
their own.
Okay, teacher will read over here. You're just going to listen. For people moving to Australia, okay, Price is a place in Australia, has identified, for people moving to Australia, Australia is the place, Price is a person, has identified certain values which may give rise to culture shock. Firstly, he argues that Australians place a high value on independence and personal choice. This means that a teacher or course tutor will not tell students what to do, but will give them a number of options and suggest they work out which one is best in their circumstances. It also means that they are expected to take action if something goes wrong and seek out resources and support for themselves. Okay, you can read to there for me.
Australians are also prepared to accept a range of opinions, opinions rather than believing there is one truth. This means that in an educational setting, students will be accepted to from their own options and defend
Opinions.
opinion and defend the reasons for that point of view and the um, evidence for it.
Okay. Price also comments that Australians are uncomfortable with differences in status and hence idolize the idea of treating everyone equally. An illustration of this is that most adult Australians call each other by their first names. The concern with equality means that Australians are uncomfortable taking anything too seriously and are even ready to joke about themselves. Okay, you can read to the end for me.
Australian believe that life should have balance between work and leisure time. As a consequence,
Consequence.
some students may be critical of others who they perceive as doing nothing but study. Australian notion of privacy means that areas such as financial matters, appearance, and relationship are only discussed with close friends. While people may volunteer such information, they may resent someone actually asking them unless the friendship is firmly established. Even then, it is considered very impolite to ask someone what they earn. With other people, it is also rude.
Okay. I think there's more here. Okay, Van An, you're gonna have to carry on also. Okay, it's also rude to ask how old they are.
To
No,
ask how
okay, yeah, you can do it, Van An.
to ask how old they are, why they are not married, or why they do not have children. It is also impolite to ask people how much they have paid for something unless there is a very good reason for asking.
Okay. Nhu, can you read there for me? Okay. Coles.
Goals 1996 describe culture shock as a process of change made by 4 basic stages. During the first stage, the new arrival is excited to be in a new place, so this often referred to as the honeymoon stage. Like a tourist, they are um,
Intrigued.
intrigued by all the new sights and sounds, new smell and taste of their surroundings. They may have some problems, but usually they accept them as just part of the novelty.
Novelty.
At this nov- novelty. At this point, this is the similarities
Similarities.
similarities that stand out, and it seemed to the newcomer that people everywhere and their way of life are very much alike. This period of euphoria may last from a couple of weeks to a month, but the letdown is inevitable.
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 Okay. Van An.
During the second stage, how now as the rejection stage, the newcomer starts to experience difficulties due to the differences between the new culture and the way they were accustomed to living. The enthus-
The
enthusi-
initial enthusiasm.
enthusiasm turns into irritation, frustration, anger, and depression. And this feeling may have the effect of people rejecting the new culture so that they notice only the things that cause them trouble, which they then complain about. In addition, they may feel homesick, bored, withdrawn, and irritable during this period as well.
Okay. Nhu, you can read up to there for me.
Fortunately, most people gradually learn to adapt to the new culture and move on to the third stage, known as adjustment and reorientation. Um, during this stage, reorientation. During this stage, alterations occurs to a new transition. During the stage, alteration occurs transition occur to a new optimistic
attitude.
as the newcomer begin to understand more of the new culture. They are able to interpret some of the subtle cultural clue which passes by unnoticed earlier. Now things make more sense and the culture seems more familiar. As a result, they begin to develop problem-solving skills and feeling of um, disorientation
Disoriented.
and anxiety no longer affect them.
Anxiety no longer affect them. Okay,
And
in Cole's
anxiety.
model, in the fourth stage, newcomers undergo a process of adaptation. They have settled into the new culture, and this results in a feeling of direction and self-confidence. They have accepted the new food, drinks, habits, and customs, and may even find themselves enjoying some of the very customs that bothered them so much previously. In addition, they realize that the new culture has good and bad things to offer, and that no way is really better than another, just different. Okay, this is a long story. Let's see over here. Which stage of culture shock seems to be the most uncomfortable? Okay, so here we have the different stages. Which one do you think is the worst stage? Where you're irritated and you homesick, bored, withdrawn.
As
Okay, you can see over here during the second stage. This is when they have depression, irritation, frustration, anger, homesick, bored.
yeah.
Okay. Trouble, they complain. Okay, so in the second stage, it seems to be the most uncomfortable. Let's look over here. Read the paragraph in blue in the passage. Say which of the statements is true and which is false and not given. Okay, give me one more. Oh, okay. So we're just going to read it again in blue only. Almost everyone who studies, lives, or works abroad. Only the blue.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Okay, let's look at our questions. We can come back.
Culture shock affect
You can
people
read number
who
1 for me, Nhu.
Yeah. Culture shock affects most people who spend time living in another country.
Okay, do you think it's true or false?
Culture. I think it's true.
Yes, it is true. Okay. Okay. I see one on. Let me write. Okay, Van An, can you read number 2?
Culture shock affect certain types of people more quickly than others.
Okay, it's just in the blue. It's either true or false or not given.
Not given.
Okay, this a person experiences when entering their own. Okay. I'm just going to put NG. Okay, number 3, Nhu.
Culture shock only affect how people feel.
only affects how people feel?
I think it's false.
It's false. Okay. I'll put an F there. Okay. Use the underlined words below. Okay. What I want to do with these words, we're going to just talk about the words. Teacher, circumstances, first names, study all the time, financial, older. Okay. Let's first come back onto our next meeting. We're going to come back.